Welcome back to Tarot and Beyond. Today's reading is what change is on the horizon for you. So we're going to be looking at changes that could be upcoming in your life, and this may or may not be catalyzed by the eclipse season that we are currently in. This is a timeless reading using tarot and oracle. So just take the messages that resonate for you whenever you happen to click on this video, and use the timestamps down below to choose which reading feels like it's calling to you. For reading number 1, we have the Queen of Wands. Reading 2 is the Star, and reading 3 is the Ace of Wands. So you can use those timestamps in the description box or pinned in the comment section below to jump ahead to those chosen readings or reading. If you do feel called to more than one, that's fine. Just take the messages within those readings that feel contextually as though they are meant for you, and leave the rest as they may be for someone else. So we will see you in your readings. All right, hi group number 1. You guys chose the Queen of Wands. So this is such a powerful energy. I feel like the change that is on the horizon for you is very empowering. I just get this sense of strength and courage and the power that comes with vulnerability and the willingness to be seen as your powerful self. Does that make sense? It's kind of like you are stepping into a version of you that is not filtered. It's like your unadulterated self, you know? It just feels very strong, confident, self-assured. Your sense of self-esteem is through the roof, and you're going after what you want. You feel very confident and goal-oriented. So let's take a look at some more information here. I'm just going to put this up in the corner. And I do want to grab some more from the deck that I chose, which is the Adventure Tarot, I think. What is it? The Art of Adventure Tarot deck. Yeah, that's this one. And it was sent in by a subscriber. So thank you so much to the donor who sent these in to us using my Amazon wishlist linked in the description box. We have the Two of Swords. Okay, so I feel like you're going to be choosing a direction. This change that is on the horizon is coming up fast, is what they just said. That's what Spirit whispered in my ear. So this change is happening quickly, and you're going to come to a crossroads, group number 1, where you will kind of have to decide, what is it that you want to do? I do want to put it over here on the other side. What is it that you want to do, and which direction do you want to go? Because I feel like there are 2 paths that you can go down, and this reminds me of the reading that I posted not too long ago, the 2 paths reading. If I can remember, I will link it here or in the description box. But yeah, it feels like you have these 2 options or 2 timelines or 2 different goals, maybe even, that you want to move toward, and you are impartially deciding on which one is going to give you that sense of accomplishment and really feed that need for direction and purpose, because that's what I'm getting from the Queen of Wands. It's a real need for direction and purpose, and the more that you've built this confidence up, the more that you are willing to go after that. Let's take a look at some more information here. Yeah, I do feel those 2. Okay, I think that's it for that. And then we'll get some oracle cards. So we have the 3 of Cups. Love that. So lots of celebration, and I'm seeing fun. I also see travel here, interestingly enough, because they're wearing sailor suits. So you might be celebrating while on vacation or going to new locations that you normally wouldn't, because you're feeling more confident, more self-assured, more outgoing. I do see a connection with a group of friends. You could be celebrating an event or an accomplishment. Maybe you've set a goal, and because you're feeling so confident in the future here, you're able to achieve that. And then as a result, you're celebrating with the people that you really find fun in, like your connection with them is very fun, almost frivolous in that sense, but in a good way. It's like, that they're good for a good time kind of thing. And so they're the type of people who you call up when you want to celebrate something and just have a good time and be carefree. So I do see a lot of fun on the horizon for you, group number 1. And even though there is sort of this underlying decision making that is going to occur to get you to that point, I think that ultimately you're going to be having fun with whatever direction you happen to choose. We have the King of Swords as well. So communication, let me get that centered. Communication is going to be important here. And your mind. They're really showing me the brain here. So getting clear in your mind about what it is that you want to create, because the Queen of Wands is super creative energy. So this change on the horizon is going to welcome in new ideas and new realms of thought. That's what Spirit just said. New ideas and new realms of thought. Now, there could even be a connection with somebody who is very, the word I'm getting is learned as in they're educated, or they have a lot of knowledge or experience, or they're just a very high-minded type of thinker. And this person, possibly a masculine, could be an air sign, Aries. Aries, that's fire sign, but they could be Aries, because I didn't mean to say that. And we do have the Queen of Wands, which is fire. But they could be Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini, or they could have those qualities or traits about them. And they really help you to see something in a different way. It's like they, just by speaking to them, they give you different perspective. Maybe it's their life experience that they're sharing with you, or maybe it's their opinion on something, or just a perspective that they have, or some knowledge that they've acquired. But it helps you to make this decision, is what they're showing me. And ultimately that decision is going to lead you to happiness and a feeling of success and accomplishment. That Queen of Wands energy is, she's a boss, whether you're male or female. It's like this boss energy where you've accomplished your goals because you were confident enough to go after them in the first place. And that in and of itself is a success. But I also see actual success on the horizon for you, where because you're confident, because you've put in the work, because you are not taking no for an answer and showing up, you get the results. You do. You get the result. And you have the moon. Ooh, okay. And what an interesting moon this is. Two-headed dog, two-headed wolf, three-eyed lobster in what appears to be like a car junkyard. And you know, the car junkyard reminds me of this movie that I loved but also was afraid of as a kid, The Brave Little Toaster. And since we're talking about courage a lot and bravery in this sense with the Queen of Wands, I feel like that is, that's really important here. So you're going to have the bravery to go after something that you maybe wouldn't have in the past, group number one. And I do see you facing your fears, because that's really what the moon represents, or can represent, is our unconscious mind, our fears, our dreams also, right? This is a long-held dream that you've had, and maybe you just needed to gain some perspective or some self-confidence to really feel like you could accomplish this or achieve it, and you can. Now, the three-eyed lobster is really standing out to me. So this is talking about your wisdom through the unconscious realms, or the subconscious mind. I feel like you are getting in touch with the two sides of you, the dog and the wolf representing the wild self and the fearless self, and the dog representing the domesticated self, or the self that feels like it needs to behave in a certain way. Both are important here. And so I feel like you're going into the junkyard of your mind and facing your fears and integrating these two parts of yourself. That could be part of this decision as well. Maybe it's not two paths you have to choose. Maybe it's two sides of the self that you need to integrate together, intertwine, so that you can, in a more holistic way, be your authentic self. And this is what leads you to that accomplishment, and therefore the outcome being that celebration of that. So I'm seeing a lot of different things here for you, group number one, and but they're all positive, so that's a good thing. Okay, let me see the last tarot card. We have the Eight of Wands, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. Fast success, fast movement and communication. The dove, or the pigeon here with the, that's a pigeon, not a dove. Are doves just white pigeons? ADHD moment here. So random. But are they? Does anybody know that? Are you like a King of Swords type of person, male or female, and you just like know random facts? Let me know. I'm curious. But anyway, this communication is coming in. You see there the message that he's holding there. And the Eight of Wands does represent communication. Since you have the King of Swords, like I said, this is going to be somebody who's helping you understand something. It feels significant. It feels like it's going to help spur this movement forward on whichever path you happen to choose, or with this integration process, or possibly with the accomplishment of your goals. I just heard the word success very loudly in my mind as well. So this is going to be quick moving success. So success is on the horizon. That's pretty straightforward. And it's going to happen very fast. The Eight of Wands is such a fast moving energy that it can even kind of like sweep you off your feet. I'm trying to decide where to put this card. Yeah, I think I want to put it there because it's related to that King of Swords energy, and it's giving me air vibes, even though wands are technically fire element. It's flying through the air. There's all these birds in the picture, so it does feel connected very much so to that King of Swords. So yeah, group one, like this change that is on the horizon for you is very positive. I do want to get some oracle cards. And I'm feeling drawn to the Coffee Cup Oracle, another deck that was sent in from a subscriber using my Amazon wish list. And I absolutely love this deck. I don't know what it is. It's like the round cards, the feeling, the messages in it. Look at that. This is why I love it. You guys got luck, money with the coins card. Okay, so the change that is on the horizon is going to improve your financial stability, is what Spirit just said. Financial stability. And that's going to be definitely something worth celebrating, right? And it's through achievement. Like the Queen of Wands is the quintessential entrepreneur or creative thinker. And whether you're doing it in a conventional sense or an unconventional sense, it's going to bring you a lot of, I just heard the word lucrative. It's going to bring you a lot of lucrative results because you are doing something in a very unique, individual, creative, empowered, and bold way. And then as a result, you're going to see the outcome of that financially. And I think it may even be through sharing information, speaking on something, or again, it could be this person that brings in this information that helps you to apply it in a way that really manifests as this result, this outcome. We have sadness, female with the old woman. Let me just tune into this for a second. They did just give me the word wisdom. So this is kind of like some wisdom that you are gaining. And this could be one of the fears as well. Fearing growing older, fearing not accomplishing your goals before it's your time. Not wanting to look back on your life with regret. And I think it's this fear that actually helps you to make this decision and to get out of your comfort zone and to start doing things you maybe wouldn't have done in the past because they felt too big or aggrandized or risky. But you're doing it in a way now that just, it feels more authentic to you. And as a result, you're getting good outcomes. And then I also see this one on the bottom. It's relocation, home, and house. The Eight of Wands can be about travel. And they're reminding me, oh yeah, I forgot I saw travel with the Three of Cups there with their little sailor suits. Okay, so this, and the Queen of Wands is very adventurous. Yeah, okay, that fits. That does fit. There could be some travel that you're doing, some relocation or some home. And oh yeah, they're reminding me that when I saw the junkyard and the reference to the Brave Little Toaster came up, the whole movie is about them going on a journey. They're trying to find their master, like their owner. And because they're like inanimate objects, but they're animate in the movie. And they go on this big long trip to try and find the new house. So you may be going on, they just said going on location. And usually that's a phrase that's used, I think, for like acting and producing and making movies or shows. It's like going on location to film. So perhaps some of you may be in that industry, or you're going to be in that industry. Okay. For others, I think that this is going to be more so about relocating your sense of home and your home base. Like you might be traveling a lot and finding home in different locations. The park bench was standing out to me in the old woman card. So this could be kind of like you're going to different locations and spending time there. That's what the park bench makes me think of. Contemplating your thoughts and surveying the environment in new locations. And this could even represent physically moving. Like maybe you gain a lot of success from whatever project or pursuit or goal this is. And then as a result, you're able to move, you're able to change locations. And I'm getting travel really loudly. So Definitely travel is involved, whether it's to relocate completely or just for a vacation or a trip or for the experience. That Queen of Wands, she's all about the experiences. So this change that's on the horizon for you, group number 1, is very much about your experience. And that experience is going to help you to expand your sense of confidence, your self-esteem, and your outgoingness, if that's even a word, because you are being more decisive and allowing yourself to explore. That's another thing I'm seeing with the Two of Swords there. It's like you're willing to explore. You're willing to just kind of see where the road takes you. Even if there are two paths and you choose one over the other, it's like you can always go back and choose the other one because you're just exploring anyway. So it doesn't really matter. It's more about the experience that you're gaining than the destination, even though we're talking about goal orientation here. It's almost like the journey is the goal, you know what I mean? Because that journey gives you the experience and it results in something to talk about. It results in something that you can share. It's almost like being a storyteller or a travel vlogger or somebody who shares their experience because you've had a lot of it. And a lot of that experience is garnered through exploration, whether it's the internal realms of the Moon card or the external realms that we're seeing here in some of these other cards. Being able to do, I think even both would be good, right? It's two sides of the same coin, really. The more experience you gain, the more you have to go off of, the more creative inspiration you have, the more confidence in yourself you have, the more ideas. So this could even be just an idea that you have that you are implementing, and that brings a lot of quick success. And it helps you to overcome some kind of loneliness or disconnection or fear in that regret of sadness. It's like you're overcoming that by actually becoming the best version of you and finding out every single day what that's going to be. Where do you want to go? Who do you want to be that day? What do you want to create? I see you being very self-determined, group number 1, very self-determined. Okay, let me see if there's anything else Spirit wants to say. Yeah, I get this sense that the change that is on the horizon for you is going to lead you down a path of self-exploration. And that self-exploration builds that confidence to achieve your goals, and it gives you the idea or the inspiration that you end up using to your benefit, both socially and financially. And it gives you the leeway to be able to maybe travel, relocate, and deal with your inner resistance. So really positive overall reading that I'm seeing for you, group 1. Positive change on the horizon for sure. And even though it may come with a little bit of shadow work or introspection in the initial stages or even throughout this process, ultimately it's leading you to success in multiple different areas of your life. All right. So that is what I see for you. And that is what Spirit wanted to relay in terms of what changes on the horizon. Thank you so much for being here, group number 1. I hope that you enjoyed the reading and found value here. If you did, hit that like button, share it with a friend, comment below, let me know your experience, and stick around for more. Subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already, hit the notification bell so you guys know when I post readings. And if you want to dive deeper here on the channel, I do have memberships available. There are 2 tiers with different benefits, but both will give you access to the members only pick a card readings and the monthly live streams with me where members can ask questions and receive guidance and healing. If you guys are interested, hit the join button below. If you don't see it there, you might have to go through a desktop computer or a different device or the web page rather than the app for YouTube, because sometimes it doesn't show the join button on the YouTube app on your phone. So thank you guys so much for being here. I love you, and we'll see you in the next reading. Bye. All right. Hi, group number 2. You guys chose the Star card. This is my favorite card in the tarot. And in regard to change that is on the horizon, I see you creating equality for yourself. They're showing me the 2 watering cans that she has in her hands, and it just feels like equality, where you're able to find some kind of balance. I just heard work-life balance as well. So this could be balancing out those areas in your life by contributing equal amounts of energy or attention to them and getting a good result because of it. It's like there's growth happening. You're creating habitability in an environment where there was neglect or a lack of resources. So I'm seeing this change being very much about healing and regeneration through where you're directing your focus, your attention, and meeting your needs in those areas. Let's get some more information here. I'm just going to move this up to the side. Okay. So for group number 2, yeah, okay. There we go. We'll get some oracle cards as well, but let's take a look at your tarot. We have the 7 of Swords. Okay. This is a tricky energy. It can be self-deception, thievery, dishonesty, and specifically what I'm seeing in context here for you is you are paying more attention to things. That's what I was seeing in the star card as well. So you're paying more attention to things, and as a result, you're guarding your resources better. That's kind of what I'm seeing. This change that's upcoming in the future here, or that's on the horizon for you, is really giving you awareness. That's really the dominant message I'm getting so far. And this awareness is helping to prevent any kind of subterfuge. That's the word they just gave me, subterfuge. And as a result, you're better able to tend to what you need behind the surface. You know, you're not having any of your resources stolen. Mental energy, spiritual energy, physical things, time or money. You're better able to really watch all of those areas and invest in them appropriately and guard them appropriately as well. Let's see. 9 of Pentacles. Yeah. And that results in abundance. That's what I was seeing there with those little sprouts of grass in the star card. It's like there's a lot of growth happening here. And it's because you're able to tend to these things and you're able to promote that growth through continued awareness and observation and then responsivity. Like you're able to look at it, see what needs to be done, and then respond appropriately. And then that abundance and that ability to enjoy it is there. Now the star card, the reason I love it so much is because the star card is a moment of respite and healing and regeneration that usually comes after a period of difficulty. And even though the difficulty kind of sucked, the star card gives us this moment of, okay, I can relax, I'm safe again, and now I can focus on the healing part of it, and it feels really good to do that. It's like a relief, a massive, massive relief. And that's what I'm seeing here with the 9 of Pentacles as well, that this change on the horizon for you is going to give you relief from any worries that you had, any fear of lack or things being taken from you without your regard, or maybe even with it. It's like you can now trust that you are stable, that your needs are going to be met, and they're going to continue to be met by you, and your focus, your intention determines that. The bird on her hand here is representative of discipline. Like she disciplined this creature to be with her in this way and to work for her. So it's like disciplining the mind to be able to have it work more efficiently for you and then produce these better results, you know, as an outcome. We have the Fool card. Interesting. This change on the horizon is going to bring a whole new sense of self, is what they just said. But it's like a new perspective that you're having, and it definitely feels exciting. But I also see with the Fool card here that you're not going to be the fool. They just gave me the phrase none the wiser. Yeah, maybe in the past you kind of let things slide or let things slip, or you didn't have awareness of certain things. And so they really flew under the radar in a sense, and then you kind of found yourself consistently coming up short. Like, for example, not having an awareness of what you needed, and then not being able to meet that need and then feeling that lack, or not having an awareness of other people's intentions and then interacting with them with a lack of boundaries, and then experiencing the deficits that would come from that because they were taking from you, or they were draining you, or they were misleading you in some way. So I feel like this gullible energy, this very innocent, like it's not a bad thing, it's just this very sort of unaware energy is what is changing, and you're gaining a lot more of that conscious awareness that gives you the capacity and the ability to say, oh, that's not what I want. I'm not going to leave myself open in that particular way, but I'm going to be open in the sense that I'm here balancing myself out and meeting my own needs. 3 of Pentacles as well, you have here. So I feel like part of this change that is coming is going to be about building a secure, long-lasting, stable foundation, and doing so through hard work and discipline. That's really what I'm seeing here, is like hard work and discipline to overcome some periods of, Spirit just said foolishness, but let me put that in context. Foolishness is really like a lack of experience. That's all. It's just a lack of experience, a lack of context, a lack of awareness, right? You don't necessarily have awareness of something until you've experienced it, or maybe even experienced it a couple of times, so that you have that context through that pattern to be able to understand what does and doesn't work and why. So really, there's nothing wrong with foolishness. It's what we all are at the beginning of any particular journey or learning cycle. So that's totally fine. And in this case, that foolishness is kind of, you're outgrowing it. That's the change that's happening. You're outgrowing it because you've learned something from this, and now you know what you want to focus on and what you shouldn't be focusing on. Like this, that's what discipline of the mind is all about. Knowing and discerning what is worth your time and energy, and what will actually serve you in the long run to focus on. Yeah. And we have the 9 of Wands in the reverse position. So 9 of Wands reversed feels like you are overcoming some unconscious fears because you see them more clearly now. You have the experience and the wisdom as the backing. It's like the difference between a teenager and a 40-year-old. It's experience. That's really it. And some people will still act like teenagers when they're 40 because they haven't integrated that experience, or they haven't learned from it, or they haven't had maybe the right contextual experiences, or they don't have the capacity. But what I'm seeing here for you, group number 2, is that you are gaining some kind of experience that is helping you to mature. It's helping you to grow in your awareness, and as a result, your discipline and your intentionality improves, and you heal. You're able to regenerate, you're able to balance better, and you're able to see the positive results of that, because you're no longer being brainwashed. You're no longer being unconsciously influenced in a negative way, gaslit by the world, or even by yourself, or maybe other people that you're close to. You're not as influential. No. You're not as influenced by other people and what they have to say, because your stability within yourself is really strong. So when people come in and try to influence you in some way or change your mind, it's not liable to work the way that it used to, because you have the awareness now. You can see that in the 9 of Wands here. The 9 of Wands represents all of those trials and tribulations that he's been through. And he's a little wounded because of it, but that's the experience that gives him that maturity and that context. And there's all these eyes in the dark. So it's like you can see what's going on in the darkness. Whereas with the 7 of Swords, you can't really see. It's going on behind the scenes, or there's an illusion, or there's some kind of a veil there. So you don't see it, you don't understand it. And that's why it can it can be detrimental and it can persist. And that's where that fool energy was kind of like ignorance is bliss, or not seeing it, but then something negative happening behind the scenes or within. And now you have the context and the maturity to understand what's happening and to take control of it. And it's through your senses, because they're showing me the little dog here. And it's through your senses, it's through your instinct that you are reconnecting to what you need. Meeting those needs, fostering that growth through that discipline, and then being less easily influenced, manipulated, or brainwashed or gaslit. Like, look at the TV heads. Like, you're not going to be as easily influenced by information or other people because you're more discerning. And you built that. You built that discernment. You created that for yourself through discipline, context, and experience. Okay, let's get some oracle cards for you, group 2, from the Coffee Cup Oracle. Thank you to the member who sent these in to us from the donation from the wish list that I have, my Amazon wish list, in the description box. Well, I don't know why that was so hard for me to get out. Okay, we have slowness, protection, and turtle. See, protection. That is what I'm seeing here. Protection. You are able to protect yourself better because you are more balanced, because you are more aware, because you are more discerning, because you've gone through this process slowly, steadily, methodically. You see the ins and outs of it. You have the awareness and the understanding of what does and does not work, what does and does not serve you and nurture growth. So you are much better protected. And this change that is on the horizon is helping you to do that. It is giving you the capacity to create that balance and that awareness. And that is that's the protection. We have desire, attraction, and snake. It's like, yeah, if there was some kind of unconscious desire or attraction to something that was really not good for you, you're getting a handle on it. Like, maybe it's substances, or maybe it's media, or maybe it's a type of person. But I see you no longer going into this blindly. It's like your eyes are wide open instead of wide shut like they were before. And you're able to better see it for what it is. You're like, oh, no, I know what that does to me. I know what that's going to result in, and I don't want that. I've been around the block. I'm not falling for that again. You know, it's like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, screw everybody. But I'm just seeing that you've done this and you're not going to do it again. You're not going to make the same mistakes. You've learned from those mistakes. You have matured. You have the experience now. And you're not going to fall for those same deceptive tricks or manipulations, or even your own desire or attraction or compulsive need for something. It's like you're meeting the core level need, and that protects you from any addictive or attachment-like behavior. You're wiser. You're wiser. Group number 2. Envy and protection. You got protection again 2 times in this reading, and you have the eye. Again, your awareness is your greatest protection. Group number 2. Because what you didn't see before was what was hurting you. And the experience, even though it may be painful, what you've gone through has given you the ability to see these things for what they are, to see these people for what they are, to see these substances for what they are, to see your own desire and your compulsion for what it was, or your ignorance for what it was. Innocence. There's nothing wrong with that. But you did need to learn context. You did need to understand other people's intentions, and you did need to gain awareness of these things. So I see you doing that and stepping into your power in a very, very big way. This is the change that is on the horizon, and it is powerful, extremely powerful, group 2, because you are not taking anyone's shit anymore, not even your own, because you know what that results in. You are steadfast in your self-protection now, and a lot of that is through meeting those core needs so that you're not left vulnerable to unconscious deception, manipulation, or your own distorted desires. All right? That is what I see for you in a very big way. Let me see if there's any final closing messages that Spirit wants to bring through for you. Yeah, they're talking about things that were broken. You may have felt like things had to break for this maturity or this experience to teach you what you needed to learn, and they want you to know that you're going to be able to repair anything that was broken by someone else or that you felt was broken within yourself. You're repairing all of it through this dedication, determination, and discipline within yourself. And you will have the reward of that. Group number 2, you will have the reward of that. You are protecting yourself, and you are protected as you do that, because what you embody is then what you create and attract. So know that you are protected and no harm will befall you, is what Spirit just said. So going forward now, you can better protect yourself so that you don't find yourself in those situations again. And you don't have to be guarded, but you do need to be discerning and intentional. That's all. Okay? That is what I see for you, group number 2. I hope this reading helped. I hope it gave you some context for what these positive changes are that are coming on the horizon and how to work with them to your greatest benefit. Thank you so much for being here. If you found value in the reading, don't forget to like, share with a friend who might be able to use this information as well, or pick their own reading that resonates with them. Subscribe to the channel for more readings to come. And if you really want to dive deeper, I do have memberships available on the channel where there are 2 tiers with different options and value, but both of them will give you access to the members only pick a card readings, as well as the monthly live streams with me where members can ask questions and receive guidance directly through the cards or from my spiritual, energetic, healing, and psychic abilities. Okay, so if you guys want that, check out those memberships, hit the join button below to access those and see the tiers. If you don't see the join button, you may need to go through a web page or a desktop computer to access that, as sometimes the YouTube app on a phone or on a device like that doesn't show it. Is something to be aware of as well. And if you guys want even more in-depth, personalized guidance and support from me, then book a session with me. I am taking clients right now for intuitive readings as well as soul scans and energy healing. So if you guys are interested, check out my website, which is linked in the description box below. It's tarotandbeyond.com. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I love you, and we'll see you in the next reading. Bye. All right. Hi, group number 3. You guys chose the Ace of Wands. So I feel like this change that is on the horizon for you is a new direction or a new idea or inspiration or passion that is driving you forward. The foot here makes me think that you're going to be taking leaps and bounds in a new direction, and the hand pointing that way feels very much like you are maybe even exploring or adventuring, doing something new for the first time, or you've just started doing a new hobby, or you will pick up a new hobby in the future, and because of that it's kind of like redirecting your life in a way. So let's find out some more information. I'm going to use the rest of this tarot deck, which is the Art of Adventure Tarot. The Art of Adventure Tarot. Okay, I do feel this card. Knight of Cups. Yeah, it does. It feels like there's something you're very passionate about that is taking you in a new direction. You know, this could even be a relationship. The Ace of Wands can represent new passion in love, and the Knight of Cups speaks of that as well. So this could be a person that you're starting to date, or a new relationship potential, or a new level within a relationship that you're feeling very passionate and excited about, and it's giving you this momentum, is what it feels like, momentum to move forward. It does feel like progression, and I did just hear the word progression as well. So there's definitely an aspect of this change that is on the horizon that involves passion, whether it's romantic or it's something like a project or a new hobby that you're really super interested in and getting a lot of value from doing. Either way, it just feels like it's really spurring you on. So let's get some more information. Nope, keep going. No way, the King of Cups too. Okay, so you've got both of these the Knight and King of Cups. And yeah, it feels very much like passion. It's like unbridled passion is what Spirit just said. Unbridled passion that is being ignited within you for a person or for a thing. So sorry, there's always cat hair on my table because Kitty likes to sit up here and look out the window. So anyway, it just feels like there's a lot of passion and excitement, something that you love to do. Oh, right, because Kitty loves to sit on this table and look out the window and watch the birds and the squirrels and stuff like that. So something that you love to do, or someone who you love to be with. Ooh, I just heard showering with love too. So somebody may be showering you with love. And this could be part of the change that is on the horizon. I did just get a message about relocation from the cities here in the Ace of Wands. So this person may be living in a different location from you and you spark up this relationship, or you're in this relationship and it's very passionate and there's a deepening of commitment perhaps. And as a result, maybe there's discussions about relocating or moving into the same location. That's not for everyone, but I thought that did just come through. So I always report what I see. We have the Five of Cups. I feel like there's going to be emotional healing here from any previous losses and attachments. And instead, there's going to be a lot of fun and passion in this new relationship. This is definitely feeling relationship oriented here. And if this is not applying to you, maybe check out one of the other groups, because this may not be the reading for you if that's not where you're at right now. But I mean, it could be. You never know what's coming in the future, what's around the bend. But I'm seeing here definitely that this pain of the past around relationships is being healed through fun, play, and excitement. And this new passion that is being unbridled is what they just said. Oh, didn't we get that before? Unbridled? Yeah, it's like unleashed. It's being unleashed. New passion, new love being unleashed within you and being free to take up space in your life in the best possible way. Let's get some more information. I do feel this one, and I did see this one, but they want both of those. Okay. And then we'll get some oracle cards as well. But let's see. We have the Strength card reversed. Okay, so it will take strength to heal from any past disappointments or grief around failed relationships, or pain from relationships that they just said left their mark on your heart. But that strength is being renewed internally as you find this new direction, this new passion, or you connect with this new person. Now, that's not to say that you need to use this new person as a band-aid to heal and recover from the pain of loss from a previous relationship, but it can help, is what they're showing me. And it's this energy of, it's not a distraction from the pain. It's actually helping to heal it because you're feeling love again. And it's an authentic, very innocent, pleasure-based type of love. Like, it's very much mutually beneficial because both parties are experiencing this deep and profound unbridled passion. It's rekindling something within you, or it's helping to heal anything from the past that felt like it left you weak and vulnerable. Yeah, the Three of Swords, exactly. That's that pain. That's the relationship pain from the past that may have left you feeling weak and vulnerable and possibly even jaded. But this is bringing back the hope and the playfulness, because they keep reminding me of that dolphin there. So it's playfulness and innocence to be able to open up again and feel safe to enjoy yourself in relationship to others, or specifically this other person. And I do feel like they're helping you to put the pieces of your heart back together. Like if a past relationship really left you feeling dismembered, because that's what they're showing me here in the Three of Pentacles. You can see the heart sliced up, and this person is they're all kind of chopped up. So it definitely feels like if you felt that parts of you were severed, or that you were broken from past pain, disappointments, failed relationships, that this is going to help you to heal that. Sometimes we heal best in isolation, and rediscovering what we need. And sometimes we heal best through new healthy connection. And sometimes it's a bit of both, balancing those two out. But I'm seeing that the change that is on the horizon for you here, group number 3, is that you are ready now for this type of healthy connection and new passion that will sort of distract you in a healthy way from the pain of the past. And it will also help you to repair yourself and to find that renewed spark for life and love again. And look at him all dismembered as well. 5 of Swords. Yeah. So the relationships of the past were very painful. And it's this new opportunity that's on the horizon here to connect in a healthier way, where there's no more arguments and fighting and disconnection and warring against the other person. And I just heard doubt, like somebody doubting you or distrusting you. I feel like this new potential relationship is very, it's just fun. Like that's what it feels like. It just feels like fun and freedom, where both parties, maybe you're not ready for a full-blown commitment just yet, but you're exploring each other in a way that feels freeing, empowering, and mutually beneficial. And it definitely gives me the sense that you're putting the pieces of yourself back together where they have been cut or where you have felt disconnected or wounded. Okay, let's get some oracle cards from the Coffee Cup Oracle. Both of these decks were sent in to us by subscribers through the Amazon wishlist link that I have in the description box. So thank you to the subscribers who sent these in for us. Dove, peace and serenity. Peace and serenity. Okay, so that's what you are having through this new connection, is peace and serenity. It's going to be a peaceful type of playful love, is what Spirit just said. Peaceful type of playful love. And that helps your heart to heal. It helps you to recombine and, bring that pain of the past into a state where it can be less impactful. And it's like your heart comes back together again. I do feel this one. Relocation, home and house. Yeah, I did mention that. And we do have 2 references to, I think it was group number 1. Yeah, it was group number 1 where I did mention the dove, and we also had this card as well. So if you also felt called to group number 1 and your intuition is telling you to check that out right now, then go for it and see what messages apply or resonate or expand on this message, because I can't even remember what group 1 was about now because I'm in channel mode. But I'll go back and rewatch them, and I want to see now. I'm curious which or how those relate. Anyway, the relocation, like I said, this could be because this person lives in a different city and you need to commute to see them or to spend time with them. And so as the relationship deepens, and I do see it deepening, maybe it's not a full-blown commitment right away, but I do see it deepening because it goes from the Knight of Cups to the King of Cups. So it's progressing, it's maturing. And that may be why there's discussion about relocating for one or both of you. And I think that relocation will also be very healing because it'll give you something to focus on as well to help to heal your heart from the pain of what came before. It's like you're in a new environment, there's new energy, new stimulation, new experiences, new people, and new relationship. And as a result, you're able to heal and move on, because it's really hard to move on when you're in the same place that the wound occurred or the same environment that the trauma happened. And that's not always the case. It is possible to heal with it. Let's say, for example, you went through a massive divorce or breakup in a particular town or city. You can still recover and heal and stay and have that be your home and have that be healthy, and that's fine. But for some people, and I'm actually one of them, for some people, it's very hard to have those constant reminders of that person around, especially while you're in the healing phase. So it's like, oh, we used to go to that restaurant, or, oh, I remember when that person took me here, and it can be triggering. And so sometimes we need to face those triggers and address those so that we can heal. And sometimes we just need a little bit of distance or space from those experiences and those memories to be able to recover fully. So you trust yourself in knowing what you need at this time. But I see this change on the horizon really kind of giving you the opportunity to explore new territory, to create new memories, and to have very positive experiences with somebody who is very open and honest and passionate and emotional. They're a deep feeler. And because of that, it does give me this sense that they are safer to be around than maybe some of these past relationships where it was very, very warring. You know, that's the energy I'm getting from the past relationships where there's a lot of conflict and arguments and a lack of compassion and understanding and empathy. And this person, this new individual, is very compassionate and empathetic. So that's where there's a lot more peace and serenity, because they're not looking for a fight all the time. You know, they just want the harmony and the peace as well. And that's what you need to heal. Okay. Let me see if there's anything else. Yeah, they do want this one last, there's two here that they want. Okay. Two more for you. You're getting all the bonus cards. Old man, inheritance, male. How am I going to fit these? And rabbit, pregnancy fears. Okay. And I read that as pregnancy fears, as in like fear of pregnancy or pregnancy scares, but it's pregnancy and fears. It's not necessarily connected there, but it could be. Just trying to get the cards all even and fit in on screen. So group number 3. Yeah, again, I'm seeing a new home. Can you guys see that? The home there? So it does feel like you're relocating in the future, and this change is on the horizon. You may even know that this is coming. For some of you, there's a wish that I'm seeing, because they're showing me the dandelion, and those dandelion fluffs always make me think of wishes. And it's interesting because the rabbit here talking about fears, it could be a wish that you fear will not come true, or a deeply held wish or desire that, because it holds so much weight for you, there is a fear that it won't work out, or there is a fear that, you know, it's going to fail just like the other things. But I'm seeing that in this case, those fears are unwarranted. I can see that there's hypervigilance here because of what happened in the past. The pain, the trauma, the wounds, the dysfunctional relationships left a mark, group number 3. And those fears are valid. I'm getting cold, so this is about release, energy releasing. So I do feel like these fears they're warranted, but they are ready to be released and healed through a healthy, safe relationship. Now, you may be inheriting something, or this relocation or this new opportunity of relationship could be a form of inheritance. It's like at soul level, you're inheriting this new, healthier relationship, or this new life in a new city or town. And as a result, you're able to heal these fears, and there may even be pregnancy involved. Like, this could be a higher level connection, that it's not just all fun and fancy free. And maybe that's what it is in the beginning, but like I said, it does feel like it gets more committed over time, and this could lead to pregnancy or connection or family. Now, if you don't want that, if you're afraid of that, then guard against it, use protection, obviously. But, and that, the Ace of Wands can be a phallic symbol too, right? It can represent, union and physical connection in that way. So again, if you're not wanting that, make sure that you're using protection, multiple forms of protection, and that will give you peace of mind, if nothing else, right? It'll give you peace of mind because you'll know nothing's going to happen. But if you are looking to get pregnant, this could be a potential, because I do see, they are showing me that in the cards. I won't go into detail, but that's what they're showing me. And that could be, if it's a wish of yours, that could be coming to fruition as well. And that could be the gift or the inheritance that you are welcoming in. It's like you're almost inheriting a child. Is that possible? But it's like a spiritual level of inheritance. Or you could be then, having this child and then leaving an inheritance for them in the far future, or even now. Just setting them up for the future in that way, even if they're not here yet. So very interesting reading, group number 3. I definitely see a lot of romance and passion. That is the core of it, and healing any fears and wounds from the past through that new connection and through the changes in your life that result from that. So beautiful reading. I'm interested to see how this resonates for you or how this unfolds in the future. This may not be happening right now. This could be unfolding in the months to come. So keep an eye on that and let me know how it goes. And thank you so much for being here. If you found value in this reading, don't forget to like the video, share it with your friends who might want to pick a different section or pile or reading, and subscribe to the channel. Stick around for more readings to come. And if you want to dive even deeper, we have memberships here on the channel. There's 2 tiers available at different price points for different value and options, but both of them will give you access to the members only pick a card readings and the monthly live streams where members can ask me questions directly and receive feedback from the cards, as well as soul level healing. So if you guys are interested, hit that join button below. And if you don't see it there right underneath the video where the subscribe button is or would be, then you do need to go through a web page for YouTube or a desktop computer rather than the YouTube app on a smartphone, because sometimes it won't show up there. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here. Oh, and if you want to book a personal reading with me, I am taking clients right now, and you can book through my website. It's tarotandbeyond.com, which is linked in the description box below. Thank you guys so much for being here. I love you and appreciate you, and we will see you in the next reading. Bye.